Okay, assalamu alaikum. So we're here, Speaker's Corner. This is a pre-recorded episode, so we won't be taking any calls and text messages, obviously. Today's guests are representative of Discover Islam. Some of you in the community may know them, some of you may not, but today we're going to get to know them, inshallah. So before we start, we're going to introduce, brother, please introduce yourself.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Hamza Parker and I'm the Discover Islam Center Manager.
The manager. Okay, and brother?
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. My name is Suleiman. And I volunteer at Discover Islam, and I've just got a couple of other jobs outside.
You volunteer?
Yeah, I'm a volunteer there. Yeah.
Okay, didn't know that. Okay, so Discover Islam. How did it all come about, bro? I mean, what did we? First we're going to have to know what you do a little bit, but what was the concept? How did it? Did someone sit around one day and say we need a place called Discover Islam?
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, I joined in 2014, and the center opened about 2011.
Right.
But from what I understand is that because of the rise of the far right at the time, and they were saying that the Muslim community kind of sticks to themselves, and there's nothing out there where Muslims are engaging with a non-Muslim community. The brothers that say it up, Al Shura, they basically said, well, why don't we have a place in town where anyone can come in and ask questions about Islam, and they can get a free Quran and they can learn about Islam themselves.
So would you call it like a dawah center?
Yeah,
a place that calls to Islam, basically.
Yeah, and then what happened is over time it started to change a bit, because I think the initial far right problems that were there by the time I joined, they were kind of gone in terms of in the town.
But they're back now.
Yeah, and obviously that's something we'll get to later. But when I first joined, it kind of went more into how can we benefit the community by maybe doing some charity stuff, and then we got into some charity work as well.
So is it a registered charity?
It's a registered charity, yeah.
Okay, what sort of charity work do you carry out there?
So, for example, on Friday nights, we have a curry kitchen. Right. So we give out 100 meals every Friday, which Suleiman can give you some more information on it because he goes and helps out there. We're a food bank outlet on a Saturday, and during the Christmas holidays and Easter holidays and bank holidays, because we're still open on them days. And then also we have lots of clothes at the centre we give out, and we've worked with Level Trust, which give free school uniforms to people, and the Courtney Foundation, which is a clothing bank.
Okay, so you got a lot going on there.
Yeah,
a lot of people won't know this. I mean, me being one of them. I know I popped into the Discovery Islam briefly yesterday just to catch up with you, and I only sort of found out about some of this yesterday. So Luke, you're a volunteer, so you there most days?
For about the last 18 months, to be honest with you.
Most days?
Yes.
On a volunteer basis?
Pretty much every day.
Who cooks the 100 curries?
Basically,
you,
that was set up. No, not me. No.
Yeah, Venue Central.
Venue Central cooking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they do it at a reduced.
And who do you give it to?
Basically, what it is on a Friday between the hours of 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. in the afternoon, people will ring up the centre for a curry. Yeah. Now, in that curry, they get 2 plastic Tupperware dishes. One is a box of dal, and one is a box of chicken or lamb biryani. And basically, the people that actually come for their meals are people basically in the Luton community. Now, there'll be either people that are homeless, people that are really struggling. It can be people with just general life problems, people that are in dire need of food, really. And they can be, it can be anybody. And a lot of people that turn up there are people that you don't normally see in the week. That comes.
But they know that day comes around.
And we also get students that come as well, because students struggle for food as well. So students turn up for the curry kitchen.
What we try and do with it as well is we try and work with other organisations in the town, so that we're not giving out at the same day as another organisation, so that if someone is struggling, there's somewhere they can go every day and at least get one meal.
Okay, that's a good idea. It's good planning as well.
But something else to add into the curry kitchen. It was originally set up during COVID time when people were struggling for food and couldn't get out. So that was something that the centre did. And that was before I even knew that I even started coming to the centre regularly. But it was set up during COVID to help people that were struggling and in aid of food at the time as well.
Okay, so that's a good project. And the clothes and a food bank and things like this. So you were set up originally to bring the message of Islam to the wider community, because the perception was that Muslims don't mix very well in the non-Muslim communities. Okay.
Yeah.
So this was set up for that purpose. How has that gone? I mean, what sort of progress have you made in that area? Do you have a lot of non-Muslims come in asking you about Islam, for example?
Yeah, so I saw recently Tommy Robinson was in Israel, and he was speaking with this guy, and he was saying about how Muslims do charity to get people to convert to Islam.
Right.
Now, our intention when we started to do this wasn't for that. It was just like, hang on a minute, we've got this centre. Well, the initial reason we set up is not really an issue anymore. that where can we focus to obviously get maximum reward from Allah and make it a beneficial place that's useful. And we knew that there's a lot of problems in the town with poverty, and how can we do our bit to help that. But Allah is the best of planners, and many people have come to the center for that stuff and then ended up becoming Muslim through this stuff. And that is actually our biggest dawah, but it wasn't intentional.
Yeah, but it is part of the religion, obviously, of Islam to give charity, to
of course,
give food, and feed hungry people. So it's.
And look, when people see Muslims doing good things and saying that this is because Islam has told us to do this, then people do wonder, oh, hang on a minute, why? And they want to learn stuff and they want to look into it more.
Yeah, they would, because you're kind of breaking the conception or perception that they had of the religion by doing something for them, for free. And then that opens up doors of conversation, that opens up doors of giving dawah and everything else. So, even if they don't become Muslim, the obligation to help them is still upon us anyway. So
of course,
it's amazing work that what you are doing, but I just think it needs to be more known, because there's a lot of people in the community, even the Muslim community, me being one of them, they didn't know you did all of that. We just thought you was kind of like a drop-in center for people to ask questions about Islam.
Yeah.
Do you get many non-Muslims that just don't want any curry on a Friday, or they don't want anything, but they just say, discover Islam? What is it then?
Yeah, of course.
And just come in and ask you.
That happens a lot. Yeah, of course. And
so you get that engagement.
Yeah, and also people will come in and just say, "Look, can I get a Quran, please? I just want to read the Quran for myself."
So you give an English translation of it.
Yeah, we had a guy. He was an old English guy in his 60s. He came in the summer, and he said, "I just want to get a Quran. I just want to go read it for myself and find out what it's about." I said, "That's fine. Take it away. And then obviously, if you have any questions, come back." About 2 months later, he came back and went to Shahada. So that was just from him reading the Quran himself.
Yeah.
But we also get a lot of people, from my own experience, including me being one of them, my people just come into that centre just because it also states on the door, you're welcome to come in for a tea, coffee, and a chat, and let's have a discussion. But that tea and coffee discussion thing, when it originally, that was what it was set up for, way back when the centre was set up. But over the course of the years, and from my experience being in the centre for over the last 2 years, a lot of people come in there just for a tea and a chat, and when they leave, they come in with a bit of a sad smile, a bit of a down face, and they leave with a smile on their face. And me being part of one of them people with a down face, it's like what I've learned on my journey in Islam is the best form of dawah, which is dawah meaning spreading the word of Islam. It's to practice your deen, and your deen is like to who you are, how you present yourself, like how you.
It's a full-on way of life.
Yes, and for me, that's what attracted me to take Shahada and become Muslim. It was nice being around good people.
So you took your Shahada. I mean, I know this. The audience obviously don't at the moment.
No, but
you took your Shahada at Discover Islam
as a result of Discover Islam.
As a result of visiting, and so how did that happen? I mean, how did that come to pass? Did you just drift? Did you know anyone in there before that, or
I did?
Or did you just go in for the tea and coffee?
No, originally I knew. Originally, I called him by his first name. I met him 9 years ago, actually. I was in a bit of a debate in my life at the time. I didn't really like religion. I was not born Catholic. I was born into a Catholic family. So I was going down a spiritual path because I was like, my fingers were up in the air towards like the sky. I didn't really believe in anything like that. So I was going down the spiritual path, and part of the spiritual path there was an amends process where I had to apologize to people for wrongdoings that I'd done in my life. And part of my background, like, I'm not going to say class myself as a racist because I'm not going to, but I was anti-Islam and didn't really believe in the Quran. I didn't like it. I was very anti it, and so I went in there. That was 9 years ago, to basically like apologize for my actions towards Muslims over the years, from the age of like 10, 12 to like in my 30s, and I couldn't believe it when I went in there. It made it easier for me because it was a white Muslim person.
So you were the brother that you met?
Yes, and that was like 9 years ago. And I said to him what I'd done, like some bad things I'd done in my time to certain places, and he said to me, he goes, "Well, that's okay. Respect for coming in. We accept your apology." And then I said to him, like, "What can I do to make making amends to put it right for what I did? I know there's not a lot." And he said,
"Become Muslim."
He said,
straight away.
Now, what he said to me was, "Would you attend the mosque with me on the Friday?" I was like, I looked at him with these evil eyes, like, "What? No, I don't want to do that." And then he just smiled at me. He said, "You said you do one thing, and that's all I want you to do."
Do you know why I done that? Is because him coming and just speaking to me wasn't going to change his perception about Islam. I wanted him to actually go to a mosque, see Muslims, see how the khutbah is and how everything runs on a Friday, and see that it's nothing like what's in his mind. That was the only reason why I just wanted his perception to change. I never thought about him becoming Muslim or that he's going to take Shahada, because I thought he's very far away from this. Allah guides who he wants. But normally when someone comes in and they're very interested in Islam, then obviously you know that there's something there. With him, I didn't see that there was anything there. He just had his own thing that he wanted to get done and then move on. So I was like, okay, well, at least the least I can do is make him think good about Muslims and Islam now, and not bad anymore.
Okay, so you went for Jummah prayer, Friday prayer.
I did, yes.
And how did that hit you?
Honestly, we're talking about it now, 9 years later after it happened. So it had an impact on my life throughout the 9 years.
So it stayed with you as a memory.
Yeah, it did. It was a big impact on my life, because it was the first time I'd ever done like a prayer that wasn't like in a church.
Did you join in with the prayer or sit at the back?
No, I was told to stand at the back and just sit down, watch and observe, because I didn't know what I was doing. And to be honest with you, it was beautiful listening to the language, which was Arabic. And I was just watching everybody in the same position in sequence, all bowing down like that. And it was like, I want to.
So you never even seen it on TV before?
No. But I had, but I didn't really pay attention or care about it.
But
being a part of it was different.
It's strange how you can harbour so much ill feeling towards a religion or a people without actually knowing anything about it.
It's the case with most people that hate Islam. They don't actually know much about it.
Yeah.
I had such a welcoming at that mosque, and it was a very diverse mosque, because there was whites, blacks, Asians. Yeah. You know what I mean? And when I say Asians,
mosque was it, by the way?
Islamic Center.
Islamic Center, okay. Okay.
It was not. It was really nice.
So some of the state, and then from then on, it took how many years for you to actually?
Well, to be honest with you,
come over, as it were. Come into the light.
It was about 7 years after that.
Okay, so
I had a bit of now, what it was, every time I used to walk through the town centre, I'd always like
drop in
my hat, because not drop in. I wouldn't walk through the door. I was still anti-Islam, but I had respect for Brother Hamza here. Who I didn't call brother at the time. He was just a person. But I just thought, it was a memory that I had that moment. When you say like you have a bucket list or a to-do list throughout your lifetime, that was never on it.
Okay.
But now I've got a bucket list, and I'll just put that on the top of it, and I'll just add below it now. But I just wave at him, and then
after that, you started to go in a little bit more and everything else.
But that's when I started to like.
Well, it was fake, wasn't it? Because we used to bump into each other.
Yes, we did.
We were both going to watch our mates box over in Bedford, not the same mates, and we saw each other in the queue outside.
Yeah, the same event.
And it was just random, and then we had a random meeting in Tesco one time as well, and like we just keep bumping into each other.
Yeah,
and then
it's strange how Allah works, isn't it?
Of course.
So apart from what's your Muslim name? Sorry, Suleiman. How many other success stories in regards to shahadas have we experienced in your time being there? Has there been many, or has it been?
It's been a lot, to be fair.
When you say a lot,
so
would you have a sort of rough number?
Yeah. So our actual shahadas are around 40. But then in terms of like people, whether they're born Muslim or reverted, needing to come to us to start practicing the deen, over 100. Because I actually keep check of
a little log of this.
Yeah.
So 40 shahadas, and then another 100 people that were off the deen and then returned to the deen.
Or new Muslims that have been sent to us for us to help them just have like
so they took shahada somewhere. But then see what happens is a lot of the times in mosque people take shahada, but no one wants to be around to support them afterwards. So they'll send them to you.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing about Discover Islam, because I'm also in the process of I'm getting married in January, inshallah, and my partner's from further up in the country, like I'm not. Yes, I don't want to specify which town.
No, we won't go looking for a brother.
But what it is,
it's all yours.
Now, something that's really beautiful to hear, because me and Hamza were very shocked, because it was a conversation that we was having at the time. One of her family members actually said, she goes, I'm actually so happy, mashallah, alhamdulillah, that you're getting married to a revert in Luton. And so this is someone from up north who said this. Luton is supposed to be quite renowned for having great support for the reverts, and Discover Islam, in my opinion, is part of that, especially because we've got links with a mosque that help us. Not help us, but we go there because it's very good for reverts as well.
Alhamdulillah. I mean, I think what happens with reverts is reverts tend to help other reverts a lot. You tend to get a lot of the people involved in dawah and helping reverts are also reverts, whether from whatever background, Afro-Caribbean or white or whatever they are. They tend to, because we know the atmosphere, we know the game, we know the importance of it, alhamdulillah. So you do get a lot that there is other people that are born into the religion that help with it.
You could also say as well, it's different walks of life, because as reverts, like we're not born into Islam. It's a completely it's a 180-degree turn, and it's like when you like for me before Islam, like what have I changed about my life? I've changed everything about my life because of Islam. Like I've changed everything that was bad to good, and everything that was good, it's just became better than good.
So but like improved the good and got rid of the bad.
Yes, and anything that bad is still there. It's at a manageable level where you can handle it and you can deal with things. You know what I mean? Sure. Life is still life. You know what I mean? As long as you can keep life like that, it's just floating. You know what I mean? It's not as long as you're not like living on waves in the sea. And you can just be like that, floating. You know what I mean?
Progressing slowly but surely, inshallah.
Yes.
So Discover Islam was set up originally with the intention of bringing dawah to the non-Muslim community, because the non-Muslim community, the perception was that the Muslim community doesn't mix with the non-Muslim community, and yet when we do, they moan that we're getting too involved. But so that was the original. Then it sort of changed, and you started to go a lot more the charity side of things, and the clothes, the food banks, and the free meals and everything else. Now we're heading in for the last 2 years, probably the last 3 years, but certainly the last 2 years, we've come back to this anti-Islamic atmosphere or energy in the country. So we're back. There's still now a lot of Islamophobia in the community and in the society at large. What is Discover Islam now doing to tackle that narrative and to inform people of the religion of Islam correctly with the right understanding? What are you doing now in Discover Islam?
Well, this is the important point, and the whole point of why obviously we needed to come on the radio is because Discover Islam, it could potentially close down next year. If we don't get the investors and the funding that we need. We literally run from...
Are you a charity?
Yeah.
Are you zakat applicable?
Yeah, sorry?
Are you zakat applicable charity?
No, we don't take zakat. But we take the local communities sadaqah and donations to us to stay open.
Right.
So we can't tackle Islamophobia if we don't stay open, and that's the main point.
Just to be clear on that, you don't take money from the government funding; it's just purely funded by the community itself.
Yes.
The Muslim community fund you.
Yeah.
Okay, alhamdulillah.
And we'll only stay open if the Muslim community keep us open.
Keep you funded.
Yeah, and that is how we can deal with Islamophobia, because the whole point in the centre being there is so that people can come, get the Quran themselves, read it for themselves, and also ask us their questions and find out about Islam for themselves, rather than what they're hearing online or on the media or whatever.
So you do you get? Have you found you having more of those questions? More people coming in and asking this now, or?
Yeah, you do. But look, throughout the whole time that we've been there, you will get people that will come in and say, "Oh, I heard that this is in the Quran. I heard this in the Hadith." Most of the time, it's just misconceptions or some false things that people have heard. Like someone said to me something the other day, and I checked. I was like, "It's not even in the Hadith." So, like, it's just about letting people know what it really says in the Quran and Hadith and what Islam really teaches, rather than what they hear from other people that are not even Muslim.
Yeah, because I think it's important, because they're taking their information off the wrong people, clearly.
Yeah.
So who do they go to get it clear? I mean, they could Google some of this stuff, but it's nice to meet another actual person, ask him a question, because it feels a bit more
and you
authentic.
have to give the evidence as well.
Yeah. So what sort of questions would you get asked? For example, what would be the most common question, common theme of questions?
Normally, because of...
Would it be about the 4 wives? Would it be about
I find
the
a
Kia?
lot of type questions at the minute are stupid questions and false information from social media.
Yeah, but what would they say? Because would they ask
a lot of it is normally to do with terrorism.
Yes,
that's the truth of it, because that is one of the major things that's out there in the mainstream media.
Yeah.
That whenever they see Muslims in mainstream media, it's to do with terrorism.
Yeah, extremism and terrorism.
So they will normally say, like, about killing. Is it okay to kill in Islam? Are you allowed to do this? And look,
did they ever mention the Kia, the permissibility of lying?
About lying? No, because I don't think a lot of people understand this sort of thing. They normally it's just scaremonger stuff that they will ask. And obviously, when you explain to them, like, look, Muslims are not allowed to kill any civilians or innocent people. That is not what our religion teaches. And if you read the Quran yourself, you will not find verses where it says this, where you can kill an innocent person. And even when it comes to war, jihad for the sake of Allah, there's rules around it. Do you understand? Like, you can't just go and kill innocent people and civilians and stuff like that. It's haram.
So that'd be the most common misconceptions and questions.
Yeah, things like that usually. Yeah.
And to say you answer them. So now I think, alhamdulillah, we've established that you started.
Also, another one as well is that obviously the typical one is that they think that Muslims want to establish Sharia and take over the UK and stuff like that. Now, look, Sharia for us, we follow in our daily lives anyway, right? We're praying Salah, fasting in Ramadan, the simple stuff. But in terms of a law governing the country, we follow the British law because we live in England. So we have to follow the law here. That's Islam.
But what the media, or let's say the far right media, are trying to do is paint a picture that we're a threat, that Islam is a threat, and Islam is trying to take away and change their way of life.
But look at what
That's
we
how they
spoke
frame
about
it.
today.
Islam is no threat. I'm talking of somebody that used to think Islam was a threat. Yeah, I used to think it was a threat. Yeah. Now that I'm getting an understanding. I haven't got the full understanding, but I know the basics. I know the concept. I've got the meaning. I've got it in my heart. I've actually witnessed it. I've experienced it, and then I'll decide to take Shahada and join Islam. Yeah, and Islam has done things in my life that I never thought I could get over or change. Yeah, and also as well, the person I was when I before I became Muslim, obviously I was 34, 35 at the time. I just lost the family home that I was living in with my beautiful grandmother, that I was living with for 10 years. Obviously, I don't really have much family around me, and obviously at that age you don't turn to your friends because you're a bit embarrassed at that age. And obviously, where you've had acquaintances before in different groups, we've all grown up in Luton. So before Islam, I had different journeys with people, different groups. I won't go into them, but we can just imagine. I was shown love in Islam. I was shown love in Discover Islam. That place gave me a home. It gave me a job. It gave me true love, true understanding of brothers. I have still got good friends beforehand, but what I found throughout there is you have two families.
You found a place.
The family, the one you're born into, and the family you choose to be a part of. And I didn't choose to be a part of it. I was guided to them. And then as being part of there, I actually became part of the brotherhood, which I call beautiful brothers from another mother.
So now, how can we? That's a beautiful story, but we need to get you back.
Dowie, can I just say something on that? So we've seen from Suleiman's experience how his life has changed. Now we speak about Islam being a threat. It's the opposite. If you look at what has happened at Discover Islam, we've had people that have taken crack and heroin for over 30 years, accept Islam, and now be currently 4 years clean.
Wow.
Okay. So that person who would have been just taking benefits of the government, spending it on drugs, is now actually working.
A productive member of the community.
And the same way that a lot of the people that we've got were ex-gang members that were in and out of jail, and now they're at Discover Islam, and then they're going to get work, and they're becoming a productive member of society, and they're no longer in and out of jail and committing crimes.
So changing lives.
Exactly. The people that were taking the drugs and selling the drugs are now accepting Islam and staying away from this.
And working and producing and paying their bills.
Yeah.
So how can we support you guys? How can the community get in touch and support so we can put that in?
Yeah, so if anybody wants to donate to Discover Islam and help us keep running, whatever you can do to support us, even if it's £10 a month, or if there's anybody out there that can invest something even bigger than that, that would be brilliant. But obviously it's the qadr of Allah if we stay open or not. And alhamdulillah, if we can do it, then we can.
Okay. And also just pop into the centre for a day to see what your money is going to go towards, and have an experience yourself of what the centre is, because being there for a day or a few hours, then you can actually get the feel. And you know what I mean, our words can't, we're only underselling Discover Islam now. The experience sells itself.
Okay, so we're just going to go for a short break now, get some adverts, and we'll be back with Speaker's Corner after the break.
Get Luton prayer and Jamaat times for your local masjid on your phone. Download the Inspire FM app, available for free on the App Store or Google Play.
Okay, so welcome back to Speaker's Corner. So we're here with Discover Islam. So before the break, we were going into some of the important work that Discover Islam do with people that come with substance abuses. And now they're clean, they're working, they're paying their bills, looking after their families and everything else. Whereas before they would have been basically just completely dependent upon the system. So tell us a little bit more about that, because it's not all you do. There's loads that you do in this area, isn't there? So explain us a little bit more about these people and the success stories and the people that you feed and everything else, because I think for Discover Islam, that one of the most powerful messages that we can give and do as Muslims is to behave in that way. This is the real work. Okay, and this is what people really need to hear about. So let's just go into that a bit, inshallah.
Yeah, so I've got a message that a lady sent me recently, who we helped, and like I mentioned earlier, she had taken crack and heroin for over 30 years.
It's important. Sorry, just before you mention this, bruv, you have a lot of females come there as well, don't you, that get help? It's not, I don't want people to run away with the idea it's just for men.
I mean, look,
it's for everyone, isn't it?
There's certain women's centres that specify in helping women, and a lot of women feel comfortable to go to them. Fine. So we do signpost them. Yeah. But you also get women like this lady here. She actually tried those avenues and it didn't work for her. Okay. And it worked for her when she came to us. And yeah, look, we're there for everybody. So anybody that needs help that we can help, we will always try.
And this is a message she sent you.
Yeah. So she said, as soon as I walked in to Discover Islam, I was met by amazing people who never judged me while I was in the worst place in my life. I was taking drugs every day and in an abusive relationship with my children's father, who totally controlled my life. Deal was my safe place, the Discover Islam, she means, where I felt safe enough to actually open up. I told them my situation and never felt judged, and they became my family. They gave me care, support, advice, and guidance, which enabled me to get out of the awful situation I was in. Discover Islam gave me a reason and purpose to get up every day. I started volunteering and helping others in return, and Discover Islam allowed me to turn my life around. I found God, which is the main thing that I wouldn't have found, as I thought God would never have forgiven me. Discover Islam needs to stay open, as they help so many people like me that nobody wants to help. They help me with my daily needs and my mental health. I was totally gutted when I decided to leave Luton, as I wouldn't have my Discover Islam family just down the road. But then again, if it wasn't for the help and support I got from them over 2 years or even longer, I wouldn't be where I am today. I am 1,184 days clean of drugs. That's 3 years, 2 months and 27 days. I now have a relationship with all 4 of my children and my mum, who I never had a relationship with. I'm trying to be a drug and alcohol key worker. My life changed as soon as I stepped through the door at Discover Islam. And I would like to thank Discover Islam for all believing in me, for feeding me, for supporting me, for helping me and showing me how to feel loved and convincing me that I could do better and I could thrive.
Alhamdulillah. That's a beautiful message.
It's also a visitor's book within the centre as well that that's not been talked about. To be fair, we brought it. We could have showed you a couple of pages, but
we get messages like that a lot.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah.
So it just shows how you are.
And that was a white English lady, by the way.
Yeah. It shows how you're touching and affecting lives in a real way.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, which is amazing. Alhamdulillah. May Allah put barakah and bless you, brothers, for doing that. And the Muslim community do need to step in, because, like you say, you're fully funded by the community itself and nobody else. So alhamdulillah, I think that's a responsibility on the Muslim community now to make sure that you guys are kept open, because this type of work. But you also help people that come out of prison.
Yes, there are a lot of people that come in that are on probation. They come in with a probation officer for help. We get people from housing associations, and we also get people from with to do with NHS. Some people, they might come from a psych ward, or somebody might have just come out of like a mental health institution, and they come to us because they're like people. The Discover Islam is basically recognised as a place you can go to, and they will help you. And if they can't help you, they will point you in the right direction of help. It, like, people now, in my opinion, and from my understanding and from what everybody says when they come to the centre, Discover Islam is basically known now as, go to the centre, you can sit down, have a nice cup of tea and a coffee, you can talk to the staff or a volunteer about your problem. There's somebody in the building that's experienced it or knows somebody from a different charity or organisation within town that they can help you with, and you're guaranteed to come in, have a cup of tea, have a nice smile, have a nice chat, leave with some clothes, leave with some food, and have some numbers and
get some help for what you need help with.
And look, Dowie, as well, the thing is like majority of the people that come to us don't become Muslim. So this isn't about everybody that comes to us
purely
is going to convert to Islam.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah,
because what happens is we get about 6,000 people come a year. Okay, now, like I said to you, we've had 40 shahadas since 2011. So that's not a lot in terms of the percentage of people that come. But so many people in the community come and get help from us. And then at least then they know, actually, Muslims are not bad people.
But they have a positive impression of Islam and some correct information about Islam as well.
Of course.
And you also, am I correct in understanding, you go around to schools?
Yes, that's right.
So
and also a follow-up on what Suleiman was saying is, actually the schools, they actually when families are struggling, they send families to us to get clothes and stuff like that as well. And we go into schools really more outside of Luton, Barton, Henlow, Dunstable, Houghton Regis,
which are not known to be Muslim areas.
That's right. And they actually ask us to come over and do presentations because they need help with this stuff.
You know, the more I listen and you guys explaining, because I didn't even know this, to be honest. I knew you guys, and we were on a WhatsApp group together, aren't we? But I don't know what you guys do deeply. Then I'm starting to learn now through this episode. We can't let you shut. We just can't. The community itself cannot let this go.
In relation to the schools as well, from my two experiences in Ramadan for the last 2 years, they've been phenomenal for what they do with struggling families and young children during Ramadan. And Discover Islam. So don't forget, on a Saturday, we're a distribution centre for Luton Food Bank. So we hand out about 60 crates of food. So that's about 60 different people that are getting fed. So if Discover Islam was to shut, 60 people to Luton Food Bank would then have to find a different location to feed them people. But they have different locations spotted around Luton which accommodate everybody in Luton. Yeah,
And that one's
but
the most
also
convenient 'cause it's in town
In
centre.
town centre,
Yes.
yeah.
And also as well, what's about to say about during the whole Ramadan, the amount of food that is donated to us, like we have bags of onions, oil, flour, rice, dates, toiletries, and we have schools turning up. Now, I was asked 2 years ago to do a talk from Discover Islam, just a 5-minute speech, and that was in front of Denby High School, because also as well, Discover Islam, there's a lot of students that do work experience at Discover Islam every year from different schools, isn't there? And when they leave, they actually say like, this wasn't work experience, it was life experience. They're like, we thought we were going to be working here, but you're not. You're not actually doing work. Your work is helping people in life.
So when they invite you to a school, what is it they expect you to do there? Do they expect you to teach the students about religion, or is that what you go there and give a talk in a class or assembly or something?
Yeah, it's teaching the students and the staff. Because normally my feedback is from the staff is, wow, we didn't know anything about Islam to do with this stuff.
Yeah.
So normally it'll be like, oh, can you come in and do an assembly about Ramadan? Can you come in and do an assembly about Hajj? And then we'll go in and we'll teach them about it. But obviously, what I like to do is give them a holistic thing of Islam, not just go in for that specific topic. I like to say, actually, look,
give them an overview.
Yeah, the 5 pillars and our articles of faith and things like this, so that they actually know what we believe in and why we practice it.
And it's interesting that they come to you rather than a masjid, for example, or a mosque. You know, you seem to be the place where people like schools. And when you're talking about schools that are in districts that are not known to have a large population of Muslims in, at least.
Yeah.
Would you say Sundon, Barton?
Yeah. So Henlow, Dunstable.
Yeah, these are the so Dunstable. Yeah. There is Muslims, I'm sure, but
it's more of a RE thing.
Yeah, religious education.
Yeah.
But the way the centre is set up, it's very opening and welcoming, and you don't feel enclosed or claustrophobic. So for people that are anti-Islam, when you come to Discover Islam, it's great big glass doors. You can see right through, It's a big open centre, and there's no doors in between. There's just one door at the back, and it's very open. There's cameras inside. So for somebody to think, oh, I don't want to walk into a mosque because they have this opinion, then Discover Islam is the opposite.
It seems to be more welcoming.
More very welcoming.
More welcoming, more open, more easy, more approachable.
It's in the town centre. It's a high street. There's people walking past, and it's
well, mostly in the mosque, people are just doing their prayers and stuff like that, and then going to work or whatever. And the mosque isn't really used for things like that. So people like to come to Discover Islam because it's more of a social.
Well, like say if you go to a mosque, you're not necessarily going to meet someone that's going to sit down and talk to you.
Yeah, everyone's busy. They got their own stuff to
exactly. People go to pray and go on with their life.
Yeah.
But with Discover Islam, you're there for that purpose.
Yeah, that's right. An information centre.
Discover Islam. Yeah. So the name says it, doesn't it? Yes. So I noticed that you do work with some local masjids, like because we was at an Hockwell Ring Masjid. There was an open day for non-Muslims, and you had your stall and your everything there, didn't you, as well? So do you do that as with? Do a lot of the masjids reach out to you for that sort of work as well? Yeah,
they do. Yeah, and if they need help with that sort of thing, then we obviously try and come down because we're experienced in giving dawah.
Yeah.
So that is the whole point of them reaching out to us to come down, just help them with events like that day. Obviously, it was an open day for non-Muslims to come and learn about what Islam is and what happens at the mosque and stuff. So.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So you've had. It seems to me, well, it is not. Seems to me, the facts of the matter are that you are positively impacting the community by calling them towards Islam, obviously, which is a responsibility. Also feeding the hungry and the poor, clothing the people that need new clothes, helping the people find the right resources for help. You know, like they come to you for one, you can't do everything, but you can help them find the places.
Yeah, we signpost,
You signpost them out to the
what
places.
What we try and do is be connected with as many places as possible so that if we can't do it, we send them to the
right people that should be, or inshallah can help them. And also you're a community centre and a hub for reverts. You deal with people that have had substance abuse, whether alcohol, drugs, or whatever, come out of prisons and stuff like this, and you help them get their lives back on track, become productive, working members of society. Alhamdulillah, you know. So there's so many things that we're doing here in this Discover Islam that I think just walking past that shop. Not shop, is it? But walking past your premises in the centre in town, you wouldn't know that. But my personal position is you need to get that message out.
Because that's also something that I'd like to elaborate on. Where you said the word shop, a lot of people are classing us as a shop now. When a shop is something that has price tags and a till. In Discover Islam, there's no till, there's no price tags. Like
it wasn't the right choice of words, but it's just when you walk past it.
A lot of people, because from social media as well, and from other organisations where they call us a shop, we're not a shop. Like the people, I know when people walk into a charity shop, they normally give a donation. Like, yeah, we're a form of charity, but like, we don't take donations for anything. It's handed out for free. So like that's something else as well. Like, people get concepted with the difference.
No, I think it's important that you guys do. We're doing this for with Inspire FM. We get the message out, inshallah, and more people can have an understanding of everything that you do. Because I would never have imagined that you did all of those things. That's a lot of things. You've covered a lot of ground.
Because also,
you still cover a lot.
We didn't intentionally do that. It's just kind of happened that way over time. Yeah, where the more that's been in demand, and the more we've tried our best to do these things.
So it's basically supply and demand. I mean, these problems are there, and you have to deal with them as you go along. And you've just ended up taking them on.
Look, as Muslims, if we can help someone and lighten someone's burden, whether they're Muslim or not Muslim, this is our responsibility, right? So it's just a thing of people have come for different things over the years, and we just try our best to help them, and it's just turned into this.
You say that this has sort of evolved. Discovery Islam has evolved from the concept originally was to bring Islam into the non-Muslim community to discover Islam, okay? And then it's become a hub for reverts. It's become a hub for people that need support systems that need help getting back into society, whether it's coming out of prison or they're coming off of substance abuse, all of these different things. I'm sure you get marriage problems as well. People come up to you and try and negotiate between different marriages.
But the good thing is with stuff like this is that obviously we have the right people, the imams and stuff like that we can send them to. So things like that we wouldn't deal with ourselves.
So you signpost them out?
Yeah, we signpost them to the imam of the masjid that they will go to or something like that.
So you have schools contact you, masjids contact you, other charities contact you. So you seem to be a place that's so, alhamdulillah, relevant and important in the community that people come to you. Yeah. So what's next? I mean, what you say that there's a possibility, inshallah there won't happen though, that Discovery Islam won't be around through lack of funding. Let's say you had the funding. Let's say that inshallah the Muslim community, they find out more about you guys and say, yeah, we can't let this happen. We have to fund them. What's next? What's your projection? What do you want to do? More of the same? Another Discover Islam somewhere else? Move premises?
A lot of people that have come from out of the area and seen it have said that we need this everywhere. Right. But obviously that's out of our hands. That's not something that we could take on, but we definitely want to keep making an impact in our own community, and that's the most important thing for us, is our own community. Because look, a lot of charities, mashallah, they send things abroad and they're helping people abroad, and that's brilliant. But what about our own community? Because that's also a responsibility upon us.
No, 100%. I mean, I work with a charity as well, which predominantly does most of its work outside of the country. However, we do have needs in this country, and as part of the country and the community of the country, we are responsible for helping people in the country. So
you were just talking about what's the next stage of Discover Islam.
What would you like to? I mean,
I think personally, when I went in that centre 9 years ago, it's not the same as it's not the same centre 9 years ago. 9 years ago, it was pure dawah. It was pure get information. Now, for whatever reason, the way it's just changed, it's more. It's still the same, but it's also helping with people in the community, which we were just talking on a moment ago. But the centre itself has so much potential in front of it. It's speaking for itself. So like there's so much that we could actually do to elaborate and to make the centre better. And
in what way? I mean, you're not very predominant on social media, are you? I think, which is one of the reasons you're here today. Yeah, is I think social media would help you guys. Yeah, because I really do. The whole world's on social media. Let's be honest. I mean, everyone's looking at their phones constantly.
I think it would be good for people that don't have time to come down to the centre themselves.
Yeah,
just to be able to see what goes on there.
Yeah.
And
it's definitely an untapped area for you guys. At the moment, at least, inshallah. So maybe that can be something you work on.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that would be a really important part of it.
Yeah, I do, and because it's because everyone's on it. I mean, let's be honest. I'm on social media, and I didn't know what you guys did.
Yeah.
So
literally had a lady come in this morning who needed some clothes, and she goes, "Oh, this is amazing. Have you guys just opened?"
Yeah.
I said, "We've been here since 2011."
Yeah. No, I'm hosting this show at the moment for you guys, and I didn't know everything, and it's kind of my job to know, as it were. And I didn't. You guys are telling me. I would never have thought that you covered all of those bases, which is amazing. Alhamdulillah. Now, when you said there's a need, you've been told, or it's been mentioned by people that you've helped, there's a need for this everywhere. So 2 questions now. One isn't exactly a question. One is, why do you think it's not happening everywhere? Why do you think that it's not this type of project that Discover Islam are doing isn't happening in different places, or is it? And secondly, why don't you think you can do it elsewhere? I mean, what makes you think? Because like Suleiman said, you didn't start like this, and you've developed yourself into this hub for everything. What makes you think you can't do more?
I think one good thing is about Luton is that if you was to talk to anybody that's not Muslim about Discover Islam in Luton, regardless of how they feel about Islam or whether they believe in it, don't believe in it, don't agree with it, they would not say anything bad about Discover Islam. I don't believe that any person
would have a negative
who has been into Discover Islam would say anything bad about it.
Right.
So I think in terms of us having a good relationship with the people of Luton, I think that's there. Now, whether that could work in other communities, I don't know. And how we would do that, I don't know either. But all I do know is that in Luton, I think we've done a very good job there. And I think that everybody would speak highly of us because of the work we do.
Discover Islam is a unique building. And when we're talking about expansion, unfortunately, we're not a franchise. So Discover Islam in Luton Town Centre is funded by the local community. So, I mean, we could expand what we do inside the building internally, but externally, I think it would only be social media. I don't think we could ever, if we could set up branches elsewhere, that like alhamdulillah, that would be amazing.
But I think social media would be good because you could cover things like, for example, one thing that I always teach to new Muslims is keep family ties.
Yeah.
Don't break family ties. In Islam, this is something that's very important, is that even if your family hate Islam, that you be nice to them and that you stay close with them because they have rights over you as your family members.
Yeah.
And if you was to meet any of the people that have reverted to Islam with us and that come to the center, they've all got like good relationships with their families that they already had from before. And if we was to go on social media, maybe we could do little videos of how to deal with Christmas in a non-Muslim family, or how to tell your family you've become Muslim, how to treat your family when you've become Muslim. Little things like this just to help people, because these are things that a lot of reverts find tough. And even the Sahaba found tough with their family when they accepted Islam.
I mean, yeah, social media is the next step. I think it's your next obvious step, isn't it? To get more on social media, because there's a lot more you can do to help people.
Because there's a lot of times when you get because I'm a revert, where there's a lot of people that are born Muslim that move from a different town to Luton, and they'll come to just drop off some clothes or to just ask like, where's the local masjids? Like, is there any? And sometimes we get a lot of women that come with just children, and they'll say like, where are is the good sister places to go to? And then
signpost.
Yeah.
I think the more we talk, the more we find out that you guys are doing.
Yeah.
You got your things going on everywhere. I mean, personally, I'd like to help you out with social media anyway, because I think it's an untapped resource that you haven't really used yet as much as you should. I don't think you use it at all, do you?
We do have social media accounts,
but it's not active, is it?
Yeah, not as much as it should be. No way.
Okay, so we need to do a bit more. You guys need to. I don't mind helping you. That I'm sure Inspire FM will help as much as they can with advice and things like this, and supporting your social media by sharing posts and stuff like this. I really don't think that you guys have an option but to stay open, and I really think that the Muslim community need to step up and need to. And if we're going to fund anything, this is one of the most important things that we should fund as a community. I think we need to keep you guys open. We need to keep you guys open because you're doing stuff that we should be doing. You're feeding people. You're supporting reverts. You're supporting non-Muslims. The list is long. You'd have to watch the whole episode to go through the list. Okay, but because you're doing all of this, we need to keep our community need to keep you guys going. So we need to get some sponsorships for you guys. We need to get some donations. We will up your social media presence, inshallah. We can help you with that. Inshallah. And the radio station, I'm sure, will help. I will help. And there's other brothers like that I'll contact separately. That's going to help, inshallah. So we need to keep you guys going. So just to wrap up this episode and to wrap up, because we could go on and talking. Personally, I think you should expand. You know, Allah is not on a budget. You guys have done tremendous work so far. I think you could open again and again and again. That's my person. And I think if you think like that, Allah will provide for it. You know, say, well, yeah, but we're a bit sort of struggling. No, I'll just say, Allah, I want one here and I want one here. And we're going to, and I think if you did that, I'm sure that you'd succeed, inshallah, because you've got a working process now in Luton. And I'm sure this is needed elsewhere. Because if you need it in Luton, like saying most of the 6,000 people come through a year. Did I get that right? Yep. Okay. And the vast majority of them are non-Muslim.
Yes.
So you would so maybe 5,000, let's say, I don't know, just to put a figure out the air. But the vast majority of those 6,000 people are non-Muslims coming in to have a positive connection and reaction.
We've got one man that came to the centre when it first opened. He's been there longer than me. He's an old Englishman from Hot Ring. He used to walk from Hot Ring to the town centre just to come and sit and have a cup of tea with us because he was lonely. And he still comes there to this day. And he looks at us like we're his nephews. And he's not Muslim.
And he's not Muslim?
No. And he used to be like typical, I mean, he used to be a typical person that hated Islam, was very racist and stuff like that. But
like you.
Yeah.
But also as well, we've had another brother who took Shahada about
but a lot
3 months ago.
Elderly people come when they're lonely like that. That happens a lot as well.
But like that man that took Shahada 3 months ago, he was coming in the centre before I came into that centre 2 years ago when I took Shahada. And I'm not bigging myself up here, but the person I am now to the person I was when I took Shahada, he found me inspirational. He's like, I remember when you came in. Look at you now. And
the person he's mentioning is currently on drugs. And he saw him and was like, wow, the change that you've had, I need that in my life.
So that hopefully, inshallah, could inspire him.
All them praises are to Allah. Like, I am literally, I am a miracle of Allah, literally, like, without going into detail. And where he saw the miracle of what Islam did for me, and that's what they say, like the best form of attraction is just to be yourself, just practice your own religion, just be yourself and discover Islam. Like, that's just two things, you know what I mean? So, I mean, that's another part of like what's happened in the change in the last 2 years of Discover Islam and why social media is important for us to get out.
We're going to do the social media thing, inshallah, bro. Yeah, we'll have a meeting about that, inshallah, with your committee members, is it?
The Shura
members. Yeah, we'll have a good sit down and strategize something. Everything has a strategy. Social media has a strategy. Okay, so we'll talk about that.
That's fine.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, inshallah, and to keep you guys going. So I want to wrap up the show now on how can people get hold of you right now? I mean, let's get that out there. How can they come and donate in the Discover Islam itself? Can they do it online? Let's get that out there, because is there a way of contacting to get money? And if there's any businesses or businessmen out there, women as well, that want to regularly contribute to keeping this, I was going to say Dawah Center, but it's not. It's an everything center open. Please listen to this link and we'll and make some serious donations, inshallah.
Because the donations are going to keep the center open. Donations what's going to change people's lives, better their lives, stop people.
Dawah is the future of Islam in this country. It's always been the case, okay? And you know we can't fall asleep on this. And if you can't give or do Dawah for your own reasons, you can support it financially. You know,
we do the Just Giving page.
You can do whatever you like, bro. This is your moment, yeah.
And I learned what Dawah was because of Discover Islam and experiencing it.
Yeah, so the website is www.discover. Oh, hang on. What is that between Discover and Islam? Is that a hyphen?
It's a dash, I think.
Well, where am I looking? Where?
So,
Sorry. Expand it.
That bit there.
It's www. It's a dash.org.uk dash. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's go again.
Do that again. Now you're gonna give the website
www.discover-islam.org.uk, and we also have a Just Giving page as well. And of course, people can come into the center and donate as well.
Okay, so that was. Look, guys, you guys are doing it. May Allah bless and reward you guys for what you're doing. I didn't know a lot of it, but I do now, alhamdulillah. May Allah continue to put barakah into what you guys are doing, alhamdulillah, Discover Islam, and all of the Shura members and everybody else. Inshallah, people, please help fund this project. It's very important to our community and the community at large, and the non-Muslim community as well. This has been a great episode of Speaker's Corner. Jazakallah khair, brothers. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.